Oh man, week 13, episode 9. Season's going by fast. It is zooming by. Hopefully everyone had a good Sunday, good weekend. A lot of good games. Pretty fun games to watch this weekend. And there was a lot of tough ones as well. But we gonna get all into that. But first thing I want to say, these playoffs are going to be close. I mean, it is going to go down to the wire. And I feel like there's a lot of teams that won't make the playoffs that deserve to. But we going to see. Because it's going to be a tight race. But we're going to get right into it. Right into it. Let's head over to Thursday night. Bills and the Patriots. So this game was a little bit interesting. Bills were actually not fully securing the dub on this particular game. Luckily, their offense just came alive, when they needed to. Pretty much how the Bills have been playing pretty much this entire season. If, they need to really just close out the game, they go to their key guys, and their key guys make the plays. Stephon Diggs, you see here, balled out. This is an average stat for Stephon Diggs. Most efficient receiver in the league, I think, for this season. As you can see here, Buffalo just kind of dominated pretty much in every category. Look at the possession time difference. That's 16-ish minutes. That's a lot. This game should have been a lot more of a blowout. But I believe they had some clutch plays to kind of keep this, lead from being a blowout. It should have been at least probably 30-something points. But, one thing about the Bills, man, they just stall. They stall a lot. You can see here the rushing game. Pretty good. James Cook got a majority of the carries this game. David Singletary, well, not a majority. They pretty much halved it. But David Singletary didn't really do. Is it Devin? It's Devin Singletary, not David. I don't know. James Cook may be slowly going into the starter role, but did anyone really have the Patriots winning this game? Let's be real. Let's go on to the next game. That's not what I wanted to do. My bad. We're going to go to the Eagles and the Titans. This is exactly the kind of score that I thought this game was going to be. This is kind of what the score should have been with the Bills and the Patriots. I mean, the Eagles are so dominant, bro. Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, absolute beasts. MVP Jalen Hurts, by the way. If you don't think so, get out. Just get out. Derrick Henry, once again, pretty easy to stop. I think more teams are figuring it out. Just kind of load up the box, put some box safeties, and play some zone on the receivers, guard the flats. pretty easy to contain Derrick Henry. I mean, he had 30 yards. You know, not that the Eagles' defense isn't good, but, you know, Derrick Henry, for as goated as he is, he needs to get more than that. And he does. Ryan Tannehill had more rushing yards than him by 4. He had 34 yards. Ryan Tannehill, mid, like always, still did better than Russell Wilson, which says a lot. But, yeah. Let's not talk about them anymore. Let's go to the Eagles. I mean, so they had no run game. They were just full on pass attack. Full on through the air attack. They weren't doing anything on the ground. They had a lot of... So the Eagles are very good on, like, short gain yards rushing when you need it. That's what I've noticed. You know, the rushing stats have been pretty trash. But if you look, they run exactly when they need to and get just enough yards or the goal line touchdowns. And it's like pretty impressive. If you can check this out down here, I mean, Philly dominated pretty much every category. 26-11 first downs. Neither team did really good in the third down conversion. But as you can see here, very low rushing from both teams. But look at the passing, dude. Wild. They had 6 sacks on Ryan Tannehill. I believe this was the first week. Or was it the second week? I think it was the second week where they got the new D-line kind of going. And, I mean, they're going all in this year, guys. That D-line is crazy. A lot of penalties from the Eagles. 12. That's a lot. But, I mean, they just dominated, dude. From start to finish. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, both 100-yard gains, both touchdowns. A.J. Brown had 2 insane catches. And Devontae Smith also had a touchdown. So, finally kind of getting Devontae Smith back into the mix a little bit. I still don't see Dallas Goedert being any help on this offense. You know, once he starts balling out, it's going to open up this offense to where they're going to be just straight up blowing teams out. So, he needs to step up. So let's go here to the Packers and the Bears. This game was a little, you know, the Bears had it. They had it, man. They were up. And just fell apart in the fourth. Look at this. Look at this. 18. You let 18 points. I was rooting for the Bears, man. Really was. So Justin Fields is a really good quarterback until the fourth quarter. He plays 3 quarters of a game. Once he hits that fourth quarter, man, he has no clutch gene and absolutely no awareness. Not that he has a lot of help anyway, but, I mean, they're not going to win any fourth quarter games with Justin Fields when he's doing horrible in the crucial moments. Aaron Rodgers didn't do anything crazy. He really didn't. But the run game is what really was messing up this Bears defense. They couldn't really contain the runs. Too many little yards here and there. You know, I mean, you just can't do that. You get chunk plays here and there, just kind of keeping the drives alive. And that's what really helped them in the second half. You can't really put the blame on Justin Fields, particularly for this game, even though he did play really bad in the fourth quarter and threw 2 picks. I mean, when he has to be the leading rusher every single week, I mean, this Bears offense it's tough to watch. But it's incredible that you would think that the Broncos could score more points than the Bears. And we can't. As you can see here, I mean, this game was pretty boring up until the fourth. I mean, Green Bay just, they came alive. That's the only thing that really happened. Fourth quarter, Packers just dominated. Just kind of stole the dub. Kind of unfortunate, but Aaron Rodgers is the Bears' kryptonite. So I was looking at a lot of people talk about this game here with the Jaguars and the Lions. A lot of people had the Jaguars winning this game. A lot of people. I had the Lions winning this game. And so Trevor Lawrence got hurt. I don't think anyone knows how severe it is. It hasn't came out as anything severe, so it may just be a day-to-day. But, that could change. I'm recording this as of Tuesday. We got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We'll see. But so far, it looks like nothing was serious. But he did have to leave the game. Even if Trevor Lawrence would have stayed in this game, Lions were going to win. Look how many points the Lions scored this year, bro. I mean, I'm jealous. Truly jealous. You got, I don't even know who the backup quarterback is, but clearly they didn't do anything to help out. CJ Beathard, somehow still in the league, first of all. But, yeah, kind of when Trevor Lawrence went out, offense stalled, didn't really have any type of production. CJ Beathard came in, I don't know exactly when, but he had 6 yards passing. So, they weren't going to do anything with that. If we check out the Lions, Jared Goff went off. 342, no picks. It's what you expect from a quarterback. DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams. No. What? Yeah, Jamal Williams. Okay. They have been a pretty good duo, getting at least 1 touchdown each. Almost a game. So, run attack has been very efficient for the Lions. And people are just stepping up. Offensive line is playing pretty decent too. So, kudos to them. The Lions defense just kind of didn't make plays, but they just didn't let the Jaguars make any plays. Win the possession time. It's always a big thing. Just kind of look at the stats, man. The Jaguars just had to consistently kind of have to go for... look at the first downs. The Jaguars could just not get off the field. 31 first downs. Wow. That's crazy. And look at the third down. 75%. No. Wait, is that? Yeah. No. 67%. It's pretty good. Pretty good. trying to see here. Not a lot of punts in they didn't even punt. Jaguars they got smacked. Pretty boring game. I don't know how people had the Jaguars even winning that game. Makes no sense to me. We got the creep himself returning to H-Town and played pretty horrible. 131. I believe that's like 55% completion percentage. No touchdowns, a pick. 53 passer rating. Pretty dookie. The only reason why the Browns won this game is because they had to play the Texans and they had to play Kyle Allen. And they had, Nick Chubb. This game, the Texans, they had it, man. They gave me a little bit of hope. They almost pulled off the impossible. The Texans are just so broken of a team, bro, that, they can't win. They just can't win. They can't compete with these teams. It's just so horrible of a roster put together by the Texans, unfortunately. They had more first downs. When you're 1 for 12 on third down, you can't win. They only had 283 yards of offense. Not that the, Browns had that much better, but, man, if they just had a little bit better roster, this would have been an upset. There's no stats. There's no crazy things that happened in this game. No one to really, shout out because, no one did good. Pretty boring game. But, did anyone have the Texans winning this game? Here we have the Jets and the Vikings. What did I tell y'all with this Mike White? He played a bad Bears team. Put him up against a good team like the Vikings. You're probably saying, okay, he had one of the worst defenses to play against, and now he had one of the best teams to play against. Kind of hard to evaluate a person like that. I get it. But he had a lot of yards. But I expect you to have a lot of yards when you throw for 57 times. Why they didn't run the ball this much this game, I don't know. But clearly that was a problem. The Vikings were just putting it on, especially just kind of in the clutch moments. When you needed a play, the Vikings were going to make it. It was just going their way this game. The Jets kind of, they almost came back. Kind of got down the field, at the end of right there. And then Mike White just throws that pick. Just ends the game, basically. But, they were going, I don't believe that they would have been in that same situation with Zach Wilson at quarterback. So, at least he was able to do something. Dalvin Cook, he did all right. Kind of what you want to see by stat-wise. Zonovan Knight is kind of taken over after that one running back they lost for the season. I forgot his name. But he had a pretty good game. 15 carries, 90, 6 average. It's kind of what you want. Garrett Wilson was going crazy. But he was also the only one really getting thrown to. So, how impressive is this game for him, do you think? I think it's just okay. When you get 15 targets, you better have a lot of yards. And you didn't even score. Come on. Justin Jefferson, does he lead the league in touchdowns? He has to be at least top 3. He has so many touchdowns all the time. But it's pretty much TJ Hawkinson. He's became a decent possession type of player. So he's been helping out that team. Really has. Lots of first downs. A lot of third downs as well. 50%, 3 for 16. It's really bad. Basically the same in the run game. Passing for the Vikings is really low, which is really surprising as well how they even won the game with that little. And they had more punts and less possession time. Vikings just made more plays, man. Yeah. It was pretty entertaining at the end. I don't know if anyone's seen it, but Jets almost pulled it off. Just came up a little short. This game was close pretty much throughout the end. The Steelers and the Vikings. Steelers and the Falcons, I mean. Kenny Pickett had a decent game. 200, a touchdown. It's kind of what you want to see. Marcus Mariota, horrible. 167, touchdown, interception, 50% completion percentage. Still somehow is better than Russell Wilson in that regard. So hard to really talk crap. Najee Harris, pretty good game. 5 yards carry, it's what you want to see. No touchdowns though, so Didn't really watch this game. To be honest, I hate the Falcons. I hate watching the Falcons play. They're just a very boring team. Even before Marcus Mariota and Kyle Pitts got there, I never wanted to watch a Falcons game. They're just super boring. I don't know. I just really hate them for some reason. So I'm not going to sit here and say I watched this whole game. I just watched the highlights. But there wasn't really many highlights. It was just a boring, slow-paced game. That's pretty much all the Steelers games, but they win them. Do you really got to do it for that long? That train is far away. Are they done? Okay. So I'm not going to sit here and say I watched this game because I didn't. But Steelers won. Yeah, it's pretty. I don't know who watched that game. That is a boring game. Really boring. One of the 2 games that I got incorrect for my picks. Does it count? Yeah, it counts as incorrect because I didn't predict a tie. But this game came down to a tie, which is really stupid. I feel like there should be no ties in football. But we got a tie here. Taylor Heineke played a really good game. Daniel Jones played pretty good. Both defenses were just clutching up. Brian Robinson, he's not there yet. He's close, but he's not there yet. He needs to get a little bit more muscle, put on 5 pounds at least, 5 to 10 pounds of muscle. He's going to be a decent running back. He doesn't do that. Don't see anything, unfortunately, for his future that's going to really surprise me. Terry McLaurin, is the soul of this offense. It's what gives Washington fans hope. He is a beast, and his talents are being wasted. The Giants, though, Saquon Barkley did not help out. 63 yards, 1 touchdown, and it was a goal line touchdown. What did you really do? You know what I mean? Week in, week out, this Giants receiving core is losing games for Daniel Jones. I mean, they just need to get healthier, get some weapons, and the Giants could have a pretty efficient offense. Until that, I mean, they can't do anything. Let's look down here. This game was, there's a reason why it ended in a tie. Almost everything is equal here, except for the time of possession. I had the Giants winning this game. They go to overtime, and they attempt that last field goal. And I'm like, I'm going to get this pick correct. And it's short. I didn't even know Graham Gano was on the Giants. How is he even in the league anymore? But pretty unfortunate. Wanted to get that pick. Didn't get it. Both teams, if you look at the stats, it kind of almost should have been a tie. Just kind of back and forth. I felt like no offensive player really made a big play, to set the tone, give the momentum shift. That's what really made this a tie. That didn't happen. Next we have this game. I wish Tua didn't play so horrible. This game should have been super close. But because Tua played horrible, that changed. You would think that this score low-key should have been flipped. Brock Purdy came in for an injured Jimmy G. Looks like he's going to be out potentially the rest of the year. They said he could come back in the playoffs, deep in the playoffs. But if they make it deep in the playoffs with Brock Purdy, why would you bring Jimmy G back anyway unless it's for a backup? Either way, this game was a very, I don't know. Tua just kept not making plays. Tyreek Hill, he balled out. 150, a tutty. 16, a catch. That's wild. Did Jalen Waddle only had 1 catch. That's another reason why they didn't win. I don't know if they were just locking him up, but 1 catch, you got to help out your quarterback there. No run game. 33 yards of rushing. You can't win a game on 33 yards of rushing. You just can't. 0 for 7 on 3rd down. You deserve to lose. Straight up. The 49ers, though, Christian McCaffrey, he didn't play that good anyway. 3.9 a carry. But it's more of the passing attack. A lot of completions, a lot of catches. Receivers were not dropping the football with the 49ers. They were just making plays. So, and the defense making big plays as well. I believe on this, where is it here? Fred Warner, probably defensive player of the game. You know, he got a lot of good production out. But yeah, should have been a little bit closer. Should have been game of the week. Fortunately, it wasn't. Next, we have the Seahawks and the Rams. This game should not have been this close. Seahawks almost choked this. Geno Smith, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. How is he playing so good? That's painful. It's painful to see those stats. Didn't watch this game. Don't like either of these teams, so. But we're just gonna kind of look through the stats here together. Tyler Lockett, 128 yards and a touchdown. Pretty much was the only target. No. So Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf combined for 155 yards and 2 touchdowns. 255 yards and 2 touchdowns. Pretty crazy. Seeing these 2 players ball out pisses me off. Seeing this team win pisses me off. The Rams, do they even have any stats, highlights? This game was pretty close. What happened here? Cam Akers, 2 touchdowns, 60 yards. Probably helped him out. But receiving wise, I mean, who? Wow. Yeah. I mean, right now the Rams have no receivers. That's a major reason why they're not doing too good. But this game shouldn't have been that close. It's just the fact that DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett just kind of went off. Jalen Ramsey has been playing really bad this season as well. So he's not really helping out the team. This game, a lot of people had the Chargers winning this game. A lot. And, I just didn't see it. Until the Chargers start playing a little bit risky football, they're going to lose all these games. They're too passive. They probably average 3 yards a play. But I take that back. They probably average about 4 yards a play. So they get a lot of first downs. A lot of small plays are given up. But, once again, Josh Jacobs, doing what he does best. Like I said, best running back in the league. 144, 5.5, 1 touchdown. He had a fumble. I don't remember the fumble, but he had a fumble. I mean, when you get 144 and a touchdown, I think you can deserve 1 fumble. Not that anyone should fumble the football, but yeah. Devontae Adams, torching the Chargers. 2 touchdowns, 177. I mean, you just get beat like that. Keenan Allen, 88 yards, a touchdown. 14 targets, though. I mean, throw it to someone else, Justin. Gerald Everett, 80 yards. Pretty good. Austin Eckler, 67 yards. And 35 yards rushing. So he had 100 yards on the day. No touchdowns. That's pretty much it. I mean, offense just didn't really do what they needed to do. The Raiders, though, I mean, only 4 people caught a pass from Derek Carr. technically 3. One guy had 1 catch. He only threw the ball 30 times, and 16 were completed. They were just running the ball successfully. I mean, you just kind of see here, they pretty much dominated every stat. Very low penalty game as well. Time of possession pretty much the same though. So, the game was pretty close. I'm not going to say it wasn't, but I mean, a lot of people had the Chargers winning this game. I just didn't have them. The Raiders have it's an annoying team. Their offense just kind of gets yards. You know what I mean? Keeps the drives alive. And I just don't see the Chargers having a good enough defense for that. So this was game of the week, in my opinion. Chiefs and the Bengals. Had the Chiefs winning this. And from the get-go, they were making Mahomes and the Chiefs uncomfortable. They were blitzing. They had a lot of rushing schemes. They were just dominating the Chiefs. But the Chiefs just kept making plays, kind of just staying in the game, doing what the Chiefs always do. Mahomes didn't do that good. Joe Burrow did better, but didn't do crazy good. I say they don't do crazy good, but they literally do 10,000 times better than Russell Wilson. So I can never pronounce his name, but he has been on this team for like 6 years. People don't realize that. He has just been on this team, just on the down low, doing what he needs to do, chilling, coming in when they need him to, and just making plays. So, kind of proud of him. He's a very unknown player, but people are starting to get to know him. I love how the greatest tight end in the history of the NFL was doing what he usually does, jogging, running his routes wide open, and he gets the ball taken away from him. Huge momentum shift when that happened. And ultimately, it's kind of what lost him the game. So that was really fun to see, personally. Chiefs don't really have a good run game, which is a concern that they should be worried about going into the playoffs. But I mean, the Bengals, more possession time. It's kind of what you want against the Chiefs. You don't want Mahomes on the field. You don't want Andy Reid to dial up something. But yeah, this game was neck and neck. Came down to the end. Whoever has the ball, that's who typically wins a Chiefs game. So, shout out to the Bengals, man. Let's go on to Sunday night with the Colts and the Cowboys. This game was something. I was like, okay, Colts pulling off the upset in Dallas, going up 10-7 at the first. We got ourselves a ball game. Halftime comes around. They're down. So they come into the second half. They get the ball first. Don't do anything. Instant 3-and-out. The only reason they lost this game is because Matt Ryan was their quarterback. And was the quarterback the entire time. Why Nick Foles, Sam Ehlinger are not ahead of this guy in the depth chart makes no sense. Matt Ryan sucks. He has always sucked. He's had one good season. They gave him MVP when he didn't deserve it. He's had one good season in his entire career. All Matt Ryan does is get yards. He gets a bunch of yards. He gives up a lot of picks. He makes horrible decisions. But at the end of the year, he's going to have like 1,000 yards passing. But he sucks. I don't know why teams still want this guy. I don't know why teams try to force him to play in their offensive schemes. He sucks. He's one of the last pocket passers in the league. It doesn't work. Jonathan Taylor didn't do too good. That's a lot of carries for not a lot of yards. Tony Pollard, he had, 9 less carries, 9 more yards, and 2 more touchdowns. Double the average per carry. I mean, this game was close up until the fourth quarter. I mean, I have never seen a team make that many mistakes in a fourth quarter game. I mean, you have the Cowboys on the ropes, and you don't take advantage of that. Dak Prescott, 67%, 170, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. His pick was pretty bad. And he's been doing that a lot lately. Pollard and Zeke, 3 touchdowns rushing. I mean, this CeeDee Lamb balling out. Michael Gallup had 2 clutch touchdowns in the red zone. I mean, the defense for the Cowboys, though, dude. Where's it at? Well, for one, a lot of first downs. Above 50% on third down conversions. Double the rushing yards. They had less passing yards. 3 sacks on Matt Ryan. I mean, 5 turnovers, dude. You can't win a game on 5 turnovers. And I believe at least 4 of those came in the fourth quarter. That's just horrible, dude. I have never seen that many points scored in a fourth quarter before. So many mistakes. Pretty pathetic by the Colts. When you have a game that close and you manage to make that many mistakes in a row, that's just bad football. Let's go here to Monday night game, Saints and the Bucs. This game, I don't know how many people watched this game, but I do feel like I was one of the few people. So, I mean, the Bucs were in the trenches, man. They were in the slums. But I was looking and I was like, bro, I've seen this story too many times to know that Tom Brady's going to win this game. And I was telling my parents, like, the Saints aren't going to win this game. Like, they're not. And, Tom Brady just took over the game. I was highly, highly confident that the Bucs were going to come back and win this game. No doubt in my mind that they were going to, just clutch up. They had a horrible game. Horrible game. First 3 quarters. Fourth quarter, the last 3.5, 4 minutes, Tom Brady and the Bucs offense have been more productive in those last 3 minutes than the Broncos have been the last 3 games combined. And that is unbelievably frustrating. But, I mean, what a game by Tom Brady. I mean, it's kind of funny. Like, ever since I was, like, watching football, I hated Tom Brady and the Patriots. Just because they were always big rivals. Like I said, I was a Colts fan growing up. So, they were always there in the playoffs. Just a burden. And then, when I became a Broncos fan, they're right there again. You know, they were just that annoying team that you just, if you couldn't beat them, you know, most likely you're not going to the playoffs or something. And like I said, I've seen this story so many times, and I'm like, Tom Brady's going to come and clutch this game up. You know, that's what they did. Big shout out to Tom Brady on that one. Why Jameis Winston isn't playing over Andy Dalton? I don't know what they're doing, man. Alvin Kamara also is not helping out. Huge disappointment for him this season as a big fan. I mean, he's playing like just absolute trash. I don't know, man. The Saints are just not a complete team. Too many injuries, a lot of random pieces, very unorganized roster. It's what you get, you know. If you go down here, what do we got? Not a lot of sacks in the game. Not a lot of punts. Not a lot of penalties. Possession time pretty equal. I mean, I don't know. I guess if you're just not an avid football watcher, you would have thought the Saints were going to win this game. I mean, fourth quarter, I was so confident that the Bucs were going to win this game because they were making so many mistakes throughout the whole game. I'm like, they're going to fix that, you know, in the fourth. If they haven't fixed it by the third quarter, they're going to fix it by the fourth. You know, Tom Brady is not going to just allow his team to play horrible football 4 quarters in a row. He'll allow him maybe 3. But he's going to, you know, he's going to get that win. Mark Ingram. Why he didn't go for the first down and step out of bounds? Horrible play by a veteran running back. Horrible play. But not a lot of rushing yards anyway in the game. 130, 142, 43 rushing yards combined. That's pretty bad. Both D lines are pretty good though, so it's kind of understandable. But either way, Saints are trash. Put Jameis Winston in. Try to give this team a spark. But shout out to Tom Brady on this one. Where do I begin? Where do I begin? This team finds... I mean, watching a Broncos game is very infuriating because they lose in not normal ways. they lose in a lot of ways where, I mean, they're just, it's just really, really bad. They just find ways to continuously lose in ways that I didn't know were even possible. Lamar Jackson gets hurt in the first quarter. And I say to myself, wow, their greatest weapon, their best player is out of the game. We might be able to just steal a win. And what do? We let Tyler Huntley beat us. Russell Wilson has 17 completions on 189 yards. I mean, that is pathetic. Let's go with the Ravens first. Tyler Huntley not only was their leading rusher, but he scored the game-winning touchdown. This defense balled out for 3 3/4 of the game. And the last drive for the Ravens, I believe, was a 16-play game-sealing drive. And it pains me because I want to blame the defense almost. Like, oh my gosh, like how can they not stop him one time? The defense played really bad that last drive. 2 penalties kept the drive going. But the defense should never be in that situation. $85 yards for Greg Dulcich. Really good rookie tight end. Jerry Jeudy 4 for 65. Coming off his hamstring injury, so he didn't really get to play that much. Cortland Sutton left the game hurt, so we basically had no receivers. Run game was just not there. 57. Hold on. 57. We had 68 yards of running, not including Russell Wilson. 68 yards rushing. Not only can we not move the ball down the field through the air, but we can't even run the ball. We can't protect Russell Wilson. The play calling for the offense is horrible. Horrible schemes, plays that just don't work. And not to mention Russell Wilson is not playing good as well. And the amount of injuries on this offensive side of the ball. I mean, I expect something different every week. And instead it gets worse. The things that they say, hey, we need to fix, they don't fix it. And it just gets worse and worse and worse. So we have 23 seconds left, 26 seconds left. We go all the way down the field. And I'm thinking, wow, we are going to somehow clutch this game up on a field goal. We get into field goal range. And give Brandon McManus the game-winning attempt. And He just couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. It's like every time you want Brandon McManus to be a good kicker, he is one of the worst clutch kickers that I know. I mean, he cannot kick a clutch field goal to save his life. Any bit of bright lights, I mean, he folds so bad. You know, he always wants to kick 70, 68-yard field goals. Like, he wants to be the end of the game, end of the half field goal kicker. We give him the opportunity, and he gets it short or just shanks it. This entire team is truly a pain to watch every week. The defense is playing okay, but they're on the field so much that it makes them look like they're trash. A lot of injuries. I mean, this season has just been an utter embarrassment. Speechless. Just speechless. Wanted to show y'all guys something. I've had this since the beginning of the season. Back this up. And I've yet to wear it. Haven't even tried it on. You know how sad that is, bro? I want to wear this. But what's the point? You know, it's just this is just a joke. I do a thing where I don't wear my Broncos gear. T-shirt wise, not jacket wise, but t-shirt wise, when they lose. I haven't wore a Broncos shirt in about a month. And I miss wearing their clothes, man. Miss wearing my Broncos shirts. Really do. But I'm not going to wear something for just some bull crap. Pathetic. I mean, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to force myself to do it. So that's all for week 13. We're going to go on to week 14. And let's do the picks. Thursday night game, we have the Raiders and the Rams. I have the Raiders winning this strictly just because of the fact Baker Mayfield's not going to play. People are saying he might play. I don't think he's going to play. I think he may be available, but he's not going to play. I got the Raiders on this one. I just don't see the Rams coming around with the dub. But yeah. 12 o'clock games. We have the Ravens and the Steelers. Lamar Jackson will not play this game. This is going to be a tough decision. They looked pretty efficient with Tyler Huntley. I do not believe that he's a super trash backup. But this Steelers defense can... This is going to be a tough game to decide. Man. You know what? I got the Steelers winning this game. If I got the Steelers. I mean, I do. I think the Steelers are going to win this game. This is going to be a very interesting game. The Vikings and the Lions. Man, them Lions, man, they're so unpredictable. They can put up points, and then they can get shut out. I think I'm going to play it safe and just pick the Vikings. But if the Lions win, I won't be surprised. But I think the Vikings can pretty much do what they need to do. Jaguars and the Titans. This is going to be an interesting game because I don't know if Trevor Lawrence is going to play. Because like I said, they haven't said anything. I don't think he's going to play, though. I don't think... If anything, they're going to rest him. You know what I mean? The season's already lost. Just rest him. Derrick Henry always lights up the Jaguars. So, I'm picking the Titans. But I'm only picking them because I do believe Trevor Lawrence won't play. And C.J. Beathard, trash. Eagles and the Giants. I got the Eagles. Eagles have been on a tear. I believe they're going to shut down this Giants offense and put up some points. I'm looking to see a big game out of Miles Sanders this game. I think they're going to attack the run. And the play action is going to be open. Big time. Next, we got the Jets and the Bills. I got the Bills. I mean, come on now. I don't think that Mike White is going to really shock the world here. But, you know, the Bills play stupid football. They can lose this game. You know, they play a lot of stupid football. But I think they're going to play it smart. I think they're going to take the dub. Bengals and the Browns. I got the Bengals. I don't think Deshaun Watson has enough chemistry with this team yet. But like I said, man, that run game gets going, the Browns could win. But I'm picking the Bengals on this one. Texans and the Cowboys. Why? I mean, this is going to be on prime time. Well, maybe. This is going to be a disgusting blowout. Where's this game even at? And it's in the Cowboy Stadium, dude. Oh my God. The Texans, dude. Pray for them, man. They're going to get a beating. Now we go back to the 3 o'clock games. Not go back, but go to the 3 o'clock games. The Buccaneers and the 49ers. Man, that's a tough decision. I think the 49ers have a good enough defense. The Saints didn't have a good enough defense. I think the 49ers are going to come up with more plays. They're going to have a better game plan. What is that quarterback's name again? For the 49ers. Of course it's not going to show him. They got his name somewhere here. They don't. Whatever that quarterback's name is, I think they're going to put up a good game plan for him. You know, something simple. So, I think they're going to be pretty efficient. You know, the 49ers are a pretty much plug-and-play type team. Like I said, athletes across the board. And going with the 49ers, man. I think this team is so well put together, roster-wise, that they can win these games, even without a starting quarterback. When you have a team like the 49ers, you need a game manager. And I think that the 49ers quarterback can do that. Panthers and Seahawks. I got the Seahawks. Panthers are in shambles right now, rebuilding mode. Seahawks are just going to do what they're going to just play a passive game, but the Seahawks are going to win. Monday night, we have the Patriots and the Cardinals. Very boring game. Very tough game to decide as well. Actually, hold on. We're not going to go to that one yet. We're going to go to Sunday night. Wait, am I tripping? Oh, where's Sunday night? Dolphins and the Chargers. I got the Dolphins on this one. I think they're just going to do enough against the Chargers. Like I said, the Chargers, not an explosive team. I don't have them being explosive against the Dolphins. But I got the Dolphins on that one. I think they can pull that game off. Plus, they're going to play with a little bit of vengeance because of how bad they played last week. But yeah, let's go back down to Monday. Patriots, Cardinals. This is a tough game, man. This game could go either way. Really go either way. Is Kyler Murray even going to play this game? I gotta see. Is he expected to play? So pointless. Looks like a lot of injuries on the Patriots side. I don't know, man. Looks like they got a lot of injuries. The Cardinals have no business losing this game, but, I mean, they've lost so many games. This is a tough one. I think I'm going to have to go with the Cardinals, man. Something's just telling me that they're going to win this game. And it's because of the passing. I feel like if Kyler Murray and this passing, I feel like they can just bomb them deep. I don't know. Oh, I've been dreading this. I was so ready for them to play the Chiefs. So ready to play the Chiefs when we had our roster and nobody was hurt yet. I was ready. now. I mean, just look at that, dude. We are going to get... They score the most points in a game. They score the most points per game. We score the least points per game. That stat alone... I'm not even going to say their name, bro. But yeah, those are picks of the week. Hopefully everyone has their team get the dub. And we will see what's going on for week 14. Hopefully everyone has a good weekend. And yeah. Let's get these out the way. Last thing before we go.
We ride and we die together.
I will see y'all next week.